Governor for East Sepik.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Number one talk, me like talk. Thank you, lo. You give him chance long. Harim nek lo people lo East Sepik. Plenty money call him name long. Somarena, mi harimna. Only like using this floor some justification as to why we need more stability. You know, it's a sad day for PNG when you missed up lo hiana. People will watch him, you me lo camera na. One bla minister him sanapna talk out the another sol. Only give him 5 million kina. It's on hand side, and the people of Papua New Guinea saw that. So the interesting question is, how many of the government MPs were given 5 million kina today? No, we just heard it from a minister, Mr.
Prime Minister.
It's on the hand side.
Honourable Governor, we have a point of order. Allow Prime Minister to raise point of order. Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, point of order, Blumi, Dr. Minister must not be quoted out of context. He was saying that government is a fair government. Government distributes resources to all districts. His districts get 5 million. Everyone gets 5 million. That was from the context. But I want to place on record. In this sitting of Parliament, there was no money given to each member of Parliament. We came in here for the Parliament business with no money given. So that's just for point of clarity.
Honourable Governor.
Thank you. I was just quoting the minister who spoke not so long ago. Second, too, I think it's very sad when a member in the government caucus screams across and says, "Mi plus save, you plus save manna, mi plus nogat." It is sad because surely we should be educated enough to be on this floor to debate matters such as changing the constitution. This is not a small thing. This last section belong constitutional way it deals with stability of government, political stability. It is the most amended part of the Constitution. How many governments before this one have amended it? In our first time, it doesn't matter if it's Mr. O'Neill or you yourself, Honourable Prime Minister. It is about the responsibility to the country. It's not about you, it's not about the Honourable O'Neill. We are here to defend what is good for our people. Time all founding fathers only sit down and design him constitution. In 1972, there was a reason why. Only put him Despla, safety valve, pressure relief valve, we go inside long. Democracy blow. They designed it specifically. In a democracy, all parts are supposed to work well. I've been in this parliament now going by, I think, 7 years blooming up. In that time, the executive government has basically run roughshod over parliament. It has run roughshod over the courts. There is no accountability. You mean check and balance blame in country in no work here. And you want to give more power to the executive government in a system where the executive government already has a lot of power? That doesn't make sense to me. Whether you are in a private company or you start local government, they work because of checks and balances. They don't work because one person has absolute power. It doesn't work like that. Companies are successful because you got check and balance. System lo Papua New Guinea lo check and balance all Papa deciding I mean work good here. We have to go back and read the Constitutional Planning Committee report and try to understand what they were trying to do. You mean on a thing of them now also wabla member of government sing out can talk mi plan no got save. Well, suppose you plan no got save, why you plan to go back na senisim something where Papa make him lo 1975. If you don't have the intellectual capacity to understand what they're doing, why do you want to change it? And admit screaming across the floor, yes, mi plan no got save. That is a sad day with type of people of Papua New Guinea watching you stop now. You may leader admit also you no got save. That's not good enough. Our people deserve better. This is the 6th amendment to the Constitution that will be brought on by the Marape government. The Marape government has not served for 18 months. It has not served for 2 years. This is going on 6 years now. How much time, how much stability do you need to fix law and order? Another 6 years? Another 10? How much time do you need, leaders? How much time do you need to fix the power problem? Do you need another 10 years? How much time do you need to fix the fuel problem? More stability, more time? Mr. Speaker, This is ludicrous. You've been in power for 6 years and that's not a solution for FX. Why did we have an FX problem? Well, we had stability and we decided to close POGRA. POGRA took out $6.5 billion from our economy by being closed. That was a decision taken by this government.
We have a point of order, Prime Minister.
Absolutely, there's no evidence on $6.5 billion. He needs to state where his evidence comes from, Mr. Speaker. This parliament must not be parliament where people just pluck out numbers of the blue. And POGRA was shut down. I take responsibility by government policy to get back more for our country. There was no flight of $6.5 billion out of this economy. He needs to protect the numbers.
Mr. Speaker,
Honourable Governor.
POGRA was making $1.2 billion in exports a year. So me just working rough calculation, not taking into account the massive increase in gold prices. But anyway, let's not go there. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, the fact is, because we had no FX from POGRA, Treasury had to go out and borrow money just so our businesses could have FX to do business. The reason why businesses are not in Papua New Guinea, they don't want to come, is not because of unstable government. It's because they can't take their money out once they make a profit. It's as simple as that. Last week, that's all. Central Bank issued one statement where Emi Tokosem. No got one company by repatriating all profits belong out of Papua New Guinea. It is low priority. There's a letter from the Central Bank stating that. How much company overseas investors will come and invest here when you tell them they can't take their dividends out? Government policy, make it down by non-come. They come here to make a profit and take it out. You believe now?
Point of order.
I think this forex issue was before Prime Minister Marape became Prime Minister. It's been an ongoing thing. Getting dividends out of the country, forex issue was there before Prime Minister Marape came. So I think that statement should be withdrawn.
Honourable
Mr. Speaker.
Governor.
Thank you. The fact is, it was one of the reasons we changed government. We wanted to fix it. It's taken 6 years. When is it going to be fixed, my illustrious minister? When? Do you need another 3 years? Do you need more stability so you can sit in the chair for 10 years and fix it? Papua New Guinea can't wait that long for you to fix the problem. Okay. You play like Senisim system. Or get a system, whether it's the engine of a car, the air conditioning system that runs here, they all have safety valves. You are proposing to put a delay mechanism. Now, the last time this parliament amended this section of the Constitution and gave the government 30 months grace period, guess what? Supreme Court struck it out.
And now?
Now you meeting us and we are so smart, we are going to outsmart the Supreme Court judges and make another amendment. That's what we are thinking. That's what we are thinking. The brilliant thing is that Papua New Guinea, what's in the Yumiogoda Sanabna, Totoklo here is Tapia. Why you mean like Senisim? Why you mean like Strongim? What are we trying to do? Coming back to law and order, it is a very sad day when leaders in this house say that law and order is a leadership problem. You go to Australia, it's the justice system that resolves law and order, not leaders. The same thing in Fiji, the same thing in New Zealand, the same thing in any other decent country that's not a boy republic. Now, Mipla, no God, you know work law police, you know work law judge, you know work law prosecutors, work law you leader law go down and straight him. Why are we so different to other countries? And why are we using that as an excuse to amend this section of the Constitution to give the government more power? There's another bill here. It's an anti-terrorism bill. We have to be careful, leaders. It starts by changing one law. Then you bring in Narbla law, and before you know it, you've arrived at a totalitarian government. That's how it starts, leaders.
It's happening.
We are now on that road because you want it. Me like him was in Papua New Guinea looking past by supporting this bill because 5 years from now, when things get worse, I want them to know who is responsible.
Correct.
And I want them to know who stood up and said no. Who stood up and said no? No government has amended the Constitution as much as that government. You hold a record for constitutional amendments, and now you're proposing another one. Law and order should depend on a strong police force. Can the minister stand up and say that we have a strong police force? We have 5,500 policemen in Papua New Guinea. Fiji has the same number. Fiji has the same number. And Fiji is smaller than East Sepik in its size. So don't blame law and order on leadership. If you want to, blame it on your own lack of understanding of what the problem is and what it needs to fix it. No can come na blaming more leader. I have fights in my districts where I have 2 policemen. Police is not the function of the East Sepik provincial government, it's the function of the national government. Function blow you blah. And in 6 years you haven't fixed it. Now going 7 years now. You need him stability, lo making one straight. I think that's the more important question you should be telling the people of Papua New Guinea. What do you need the stability for? Because it's certainly not to fix our power issues. It's certainly not to fix our fuel issues. It's not to fix our FX issues. It's not to fix law and order. Because if you could, you would have done it already in 6 years. How much time does a prime minister need to fix problems? Does he need 3 years? Does he need 6 years? Does he need 10 years? Does he need 20? These are important questions that Yumi should answer here. Not amend the constitution so that Yumi guess fire na, strong him na. We are going to have the same discussion in 2027. It's not good enough. Mibla no can make him law, lo suit him Mibla lo now. Mibla should make him law where all tumuna by enjoy him. You know, the US Constitution has only been amended about 22 times in 200 years. I think we've already passed 22 times and it's not even 50 years yet. You should correct na amend him constitution. This is not just an ordinary bill where we just like we did with the judges this morning. You know, there was an important argument there. Suppose you mean like give him exceptional judges. We might as well give it to all Papua New Guineans. They work hard too. They pay taxes too. But no, you mean just come now. In one swoop, we pass it. I got a man to question be put. Is this how we treat lawmaking in the House? For our people? Did we do that for our people or did we do that for ourselves? I am not going to pass a law and give the support and the voice of the Sepik people that could come back and hurt the Sepik people later. I think that would be irresponsible of me. Now, you Sepik people, you harim na mi totok lo dis la house here. You know, there were Sepiks involved in writing this constitution. And now you some Sepik, you feel awesome. We know better than them and that's why we are going to amend it. Well, I want to submit here that I don't know more than Bernard Narakobi. He was a brilliant man. And out of respect for him, me no naplo amend him this la constitution. I can't bring myself to think that Sabeblo me win him Sabeblo, Bernard Narakobi, no gat. Now you blow all Sepik MPs lo here, please me ask him you bla. Me bla Sepik, me bla responsible of drafting this la constitution of Papua New Guinea. We have a responsibility to protect it. We have a responsibility. And we can't change it because someone needs more time. Because he can't do it in 6 or 7 years, he needs more time. More time to do what? Deputy Speaker, vote blow people blow East Sepik and no. Thank you.
I love the opposition leader.